Hey, Friday night hangout.
I'm loving the music already. Eh, eh. I can't even see you. Hmm? Aha! That's it. Yeah.
The new beginning.
Eh, mm, mm,
Let me live.
eh,
Friday.
eh,
Friday night hangout.
eh,
Let's celebrate the week. Yeah. All right. Welcome.
eh,
Welcome. That was Silver. That's it.
yeah. Eh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm, mm,
Welcome.
mm, mm.
Right. That's it. It's Friday night.
Mm.
Night
Yes.
hangout. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate this Friday night hangout. It's a new beginning.
It's a new beginning. Yeah.
That's joy. Friday night hangout. Let's celebrate this Friday night hangout. Hey.
Eh, 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 eh. Oh my God, this is so much fun. So much fun.
It's a Friday night hangout. Thank God it's Friday.
Eh, eh.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, you baby. Ah, yes, 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 yes. That's amazing, amazing, amazing. Friday night hangout. Welcome, welcome,
Mhm.
welcome to our amazing session this Friday. If you're just joining in, this is Friday night hangout. Thank God it's Friday. You know how we roll here. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. So if you're just joining in, yes, yes, yes. Welcome, Ifacho. Welcome, Mary. Welcome, Chika. Welcome, Shola. Welcome, Njideka. Welcome, Stella. Welcome, Ella. Welcome, Mary. Yes, yes, yes. This is another interesting, empowering Friday night hangout. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. We've had an amazing time this August. I remember for the month of August, we're celebrating our Power Woman entrepreneurs. Yes, and we've had two amazing women. And for this week, I'm so excited. I am so excited to host my guest sister. I call her my babies.
That's it of the story. Mm.
I'm so excited to welcome my dear sister, Adaku Ezeudo. She's an equality, inclusive, and diversity consultant. She wears so many hats. So I'm going to allow her to introduce herself in a short while. But just to say welcome, Adaku, we're so excited to have you here.
Same here.
And we
Same
know we're going to
here.
have some. So if you're just
Absolutely.
joining in, welcome, 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 welcome. It's another episode of Friday Night Hangout. Thank God it's Friday. So I want to see your
Absolutely.
TGIF. Yes, yes, yes. Thank God it's Friday. Olivia says, babes, Adaku, it's good to see you again.
Ah, hi, Olivia. Oh,
Sorry.
tell that. Olivia, better keep it. Keep it.
You won't tell them the full story of babes.
Don't tell them.
I'm
Oh,
excited. Tonight we're going to have so much fun. Vivian says, good evening. Mary says, welcome to you, Adaku. And
my God.
Vivian
Oh,
says,
hi,
welcome.
Mary.
Ella says, welcome, boss Ezeudo. So you have a lot of fans here already.
Woo-hoo.
Okay.
Love you all.
As usual, we're going to have interesting conversations. Adaku is going to share her entrepreneurial journey. She's also going to give us some tips for ensuring that we have a healthy working place or environment in our workspaces. She's also going to be talking about some of the lessons she's learned, and I'm very sure you're going to learn a whole lot. This is going to be an insightful conversation this evening. Stella says, "See me blushing like I already knew her." Oh, that's nice. Welcome, Iroma. Welcome so much. Now, before we go into the conversation, we have some giveaways. This our show is also all about celebration, having fun, and while learning. And we are going to have a lot of giveaways. So for today, I'm going to honor those who have been following my blog post. So we're going to call out some names following my blog post, and we're going to give out some cash prizes to them. Then we're also going to, of course, give out free data. So if your number is called up, we're so happy to have you. Just to say thank you for keeping faith and for tuning in every Friday. I don't take it for granted. I'm so excited to always see you here. And not only do you show up, you make it very interesting, you make it lively, you make it very engaging. So thank you. Let's do the same again today. If you have questions for Adaku as she speaks, just drop it in the chat box, and then I'm going to read out the question for Adaku to answer to your questions. We'll try and take as many questions as possible. And you just have comments, you put it in the chat box. You're just joining us. We want to see your thank God it's Friday. And remember, you all are power women. So we're so happy to have you here today. So the first question, I'm going to take the first question before we go into our conversation. So the first question I'm going to ask is, and the first person to drop the correct answer gets a cash prize of 2,000 naira. Yay!
Oh, wow.
So, what is the name of my most recent? Yes. The name of my most recent book. The full name. The full. So don't just give me short title. The full title of my most recent book. So let's see who will get it. While we're at it, I'm welcoming Success. Precious, welcome. We love you. Nice to have you here. And so the question is, what is the full title of my most recent book? Okay, Stella Nyawu says Power Woman. Yes, but that's not the complete title. You got it, yes, but I want the complete title of the book. Vivian says, wow. So let's... The title, the complete title. I know some people are going back to Facebook to check right now.
Yes. And let's see who's going to be the fastest.
Yes, Power Woman, yes, but the full title is not just Power Woman. Irawa says Power Woman. It's Power Woman, yes, but it's more than Power Woman. The full title of the book. I've been publicizing it on my page. Instead of, is it on Facebook?
They want to go quickly.
What's the title?
Do an expo.
Expo. You know how we do it? We said Expo.
Expo.
Okay. I'm waiting for someone to get it right. And so while the answers are coming right in, I'm going to hand over to Adaku. So Adaku, you're going to tell us about yourself. For some of us, some people have not met you before. They want to know who you are, what you do, and you tell us about your business, and just tell us about the lessons you've learned on your entrepreneurial journey, and then we'll take it from there. So,
okay,
have the floor.
Yeah. So thank you, first of all, Dr. Joy, for inviting me. I'm excited. It's always a pleasure to hang around you, my sis for life. So
Yes.
I'll just go ahead and talk about myself and what I do. So my name is Adaku Ezeudo, and I am a diversity, equality, and inclusion consultant. I'm also a facilitator and executive coach. So what I do, the name of my company is called Phoenix Rise Consulting. So what we do is that we help companies and organizations create and sustain inclusive workplaces so that they can get the best out of their employees. We all know that the world, our world is changing. Our workplace is so diverse. We have people coming from different parts of the world, people from different backgrounds, experiences, races, age, abilities, and all these people are working in the work environment. And although diversity has its advantage, it also presents a lot of challenges. I hope you can all see. Okay, yeah, because I can't see myself. Okay, yeah. So that's my role. So I help companies to work better with diverse people coming from different parts of the world, and helping them to manage the conflict that could arise from managing difference. So that's really my job. So I am a servant leader, a humanitarian, and I am passionate about women and girls issues. I also believe in meeting people where they are, in addressing the issues of racism, bias, and injustice. I'm a mother of 3 girls, 3 teenage girls. So I'm a teenager too, if you look at me closely. I'm also an inspirational speaker. I believe in using my stories to inspire people to take action, to become more and do more. So in terms of my business, I'll talk a little bit about why I decided to go into entrepreneurship. First of all, I have 3 reasons. One is that a 9-to-5 wasn't just for me. I don't think I was born to do a 9-to-5. And I say that because, I found this really boring. I found it unrewarding. I found it uninspiring and unfulfilling. Okay, I have to mention that I am an accountant. I used to be an accountant in my former life. So my work has always centered around, corporate offices and, financial sectors. But I realized that I wasn't a behind the computer kind of person. I'm a people person. I need to go out there and see people and talk to people. So a 9-to-5 restricted that passion, that creativity, that innovation that I had inside of me. So I prefer to do work that allowed me to make a difference, that allowed me to add value. So that was really one reason why I set up my own business. A 9-to-5 wasn't just for me. It didn't allow me to, express my creativity, and it didn't fulfill, who I was. So another reason why I decided to go into entrepreneurship was, alignment with purpose. I always believed that I was born to make a difference. I've always been that way, right from childhood. I've always been that kind of, I remember, I think I used to be called that "it's not fair girl." I just don't like, unfairness. I hate unfairness. I don't like, it doesn't matter that somebody is different. It doesn't matter that they are of a different race or class, or they don't have English language or whatever. I believe that everyone deserves a fair chance in life to try, So anything that did not allow me to, did not put me in that line of my purpose wasn't fulfilling for me. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at a post here. So I spent a good few years, doing voluntary work here in Ireland, because I live in Ireland. In that experience, I worked with women from migrant and refugee backgrounds. And when I did that, that experience was actually that journey. It catapulted my journey to diversity and inclusion. It was it was like a training ground for me to understand the challenges of being different, being female in another country. So all these things, aligned with that purpose, where I believe that, it's in my DNA to think of how can I be a solution. So I think, so that was another thing. My work did not align with the purpose, and I found a 9-to-5 job, and where it all began for me. And the third reason why I decided to go into entrepreneurship was really my personal experience of discrimination in Ireland. I know what it feels like to be excluded. I know what it is to feel like you don't have a voice. As a woman of African descent in Ireland, I have experienced racism. I have been called a black monkey. I have been asked to go back home to my country, and I have been subjected to stricter levels of scrutiny more than my white co-workers. So all this, brought me to a place where I said, I need to be that change that I want to see. I need to do something about this. If not me, then who? So I think I took that bold step. I said, okay, I'm going to try. I didn't have all the answers, but I just said, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see how can I become a voice? How can I add to the conversation? How can I be that change? What little thing can I do? And really, I started with that voluntary experience, trying to learn more. So I think that experience, brought me to get me the expertise, the confidence, the skills, and, began the journey to where I am today as a consultant. So that's kind of really what, that's who I am. That's really my journey. And so today I'm a diversity and inclusion consultant, doing those work I used to do years ago for free. Now I'm paid to do work that I love, and so life could be interesting, really. But yeah, kind of a summary of it.
Thank you so much. That's such an exciting journey. And so, if you're just joining us, welcome. We're having an amazing conversation with Adaku Ezeudo. So, for me to sit in, listen, because you're going to get a lot of insight. I find the journey very fascinating. You talked about three things. You had that need to express yourself, and so if you're here listening to us, I know so many of us have that need to use our agency. I mean, when I talk about agency, use that power you have within you to make a change. You just want to find that space where you can be you. Remember, Adaku said she was tired of the 9 to 5. And so she was looking for a place where she can express herself, where she can be herself, and where she can also make a difference. And that's the story for so many of us who are women entrepreneurs today. We just had that bug, we had that feeling, we had that dream of wanting to make a difference. So it goes much more than just the money. It's about the value you add to humanity. And that's been one common trend that has, you've seen across all the power women speakers or entrepreneurs we've showcased on this show. They had that desire, that burning desire to make a change, to add value. And Adaku spoke about her experience. Being a woman of African descent, she experienced first-hand discrimination. So you might wonder, why talk about diversity? Why talk about inclusion? Why talk about equality? It was born out of her own personal experience. So she carved a niche from her personal experience and then her passion. So if you're out there, one of the lessons I want you to take out as a woman entrepreneur is this: learn how to turn your passion into your business. So if you are doing things that are not in line, remember she talked about alignment with her purpose. So if you're doing things not in alignment with your purpose and not in alignment with your passion, you will find yourself struggling. You find yourself struggling to get up to go to work in the morning. The job you do has no meaning, so you're not committed to putting so much. You find yourself just struggling. You're counting hours. Will it be 5 o'clock? Meanwhile, it's just 9 a.m. in the morning, and you're counting the hours. When would 5, so you can go home.
Yes, absolutely.
Find yourself in that situation. You need to do an appraisal of where you are and where you want to go to. And so that's one of the things we want to showcase with our August episodes, for us to see women who came through a journey and they haven't gotten to their destination yet. They're still on a journey. Our life is always about a journey. And so, Adaku, what would be some of the most remarkable things or lessons that you would say you picked up along your entrepreneur? Now, in particular, you came from doing having or rendering pro bono services, and you now decided to take that big leap of faith to start up a business that would earn you some income. And I also want to believe that meant you left your 9 to 5 job and you decided to launch out on your own. So what has been the experience from conceiving the idea, starting up the business, nurturing it to where you are today. So what lessons or have you learned, and then what advice would you give to women entrepreneurs out there listening to you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So one of the or some of the lessons that I've learned along the way is that you said it there, is that we have to be willing to jump off the cliff. If you decide to stay in that comfort zone, or if you allow fear to hold you back, then people like me would have been in that office space, being an accountant that I hated. I'm sure I was going to be the worst accountant ever. People are going to just hate to be around me. So we need to be willing to jump off the cliff despite our fears or lack of confidence. I've learned to do something. I've learned to, no matter how, the challenges, I've learned to do two things afraid. I'm afraid. Even coming here, I'm nervous, but I just say, do it afraid. It doesn't matter. Your heart may be beating, your mouth is chattering, but do it afraid. That's something I've learned over time, because if you don't challenge yourself, you will never go anywhere. Nothing good comes from comfort zone. Comfort zone is just for mediocres. I don't mean to insult people, but it's just really what it is. Once you need to learn to take leaps of faith. Some of us want to have all the I's and T's dotted, everything perfect before we launch out. No, start where you are. What do you have that you can share with the world? Is it your voice? Can you sing? Can you write? Can you, talk? What is it? So start small. Which free platform? Because I made a mistake initially when I started my business. I was like, I want a fancy website. I want to spend this, spend money, wasted. Because at the beginning, you never know where you're going. You think you have it all sorted out. I'm telling you, you have to pivot and pivot how many times until you get it right. I think I used to be intercultural. I've been so many things before I got here. So don't try not to spend money at all at the beginning. Think of, how can I get things for free? Go on Instagram, Facebook, post your business, post your ideas, get people that you know around you to say, I'm now, I do what MCing, and invite me. I could give you, this first session for free. Just go out there and test your ideas, test those things that you are passionate about. Don't wait to be perfect to go out there. Start small, run that workshop, even if you don't have a website, engage in that speaking of opportunity, even if you are nervous, network with people that you don't know, but you need to jump off the cliff. Don't stay in that comfort zone. Enough of the excuses. Oh, I'm so scared. Oh, I don't know if they'll accept me. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just go out there. It doesn't, just go out there. And that was my experience. I had everything working against me. I'm Black, I'm African, and I'm a migrant. I am, a low parent. Everything worked against me. So I am the same person that today I'm going back to the offices of, white people, big companies, and teaching them how to, to work with people that are different from them. So learn to jump off the cliff. Another thing I will share is, one thing I used to think, when I get here, I'm going to be this, do that, be everything. I've learned that, sorry, sometimes you can't really have it all, And the way people say, I've heard people say, you can do this, you can have that, you can be everything. That's not my experience. I believe that, especially when you are wearing so many hats, I'm a mother, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a sister, I'm a friend. So all these things, it requires different levels of commitment. So I've learned to win some and to learn some. And if you listened, if you heard me correctly, I didn't say win some and lose some, because I don't believe in losing. I believe in learning. Even if you lose a project or you fail in something, don't see it as failure. Just see it as a learning opportunity, as a learning journey. So learn to win some and learn some. Because again, I will share my own experience where, initially I was like, I have a big client, they're giving me big reviews. I'm happy with my business. But at the same time, I remember my daughter telling me, you don't even have time for us. You don't care, and that broke my heart. I'm like, oh my God, I thought that if I make this money, and I give them and I buy them everything they have, they'll be happy. no way, it doesn't work that way. They want your attention, they want to be around you, they want you to be with them and spend the whole day playing hide and seek or something. So I've learned that, the learning there for me was that I need to put systems in place. Initially I was saying, oh God, I'm such a bad mother, I'm not there for my kids. But the reality is that you can't be everywhere and everything. But I've learned to put systems in place. Who can, if I'm not there, who else can, go for that PTA meeting? If I'm not there, who can take them for that, shopping? If I'm not, just being able to find who else can do it. What else? If you can't make that perfect meal, if you can't take, for your husband or your spouses, or your partners, if you can't make that date, what else? How can you make sure you find a way to suffice, or how can you complement that, or how can you make sure that you don't leave a gap there? What else can happen? Always try not to leave gaps. Communicate. So what I do now is like I kind of get my kids involved. I'm like, okay, so today mom is busy. I'm really not around for the week. So, but I'm around next week. Next week we can do this. But this week, mommy has to do this. So they are part of the conversation. They understand. So I've learned to over communicate. I need to keep talking. So that in that way they are learning. They know that you care. That's your own way of caring because you're communicating. It doesn't matter if they're 5 years old, 2 years old, just come to them, hey, mom is going to be away, or, talk to them. They understand. So that even if somebody comes and, oh, my mommy is working, she's going to take me out next week or something, they're excited about the whole story. But the message there is that, we can't always have it all. It's always going to be like a dance. So someday you're going to be dancing Afrobeat. Yeah, it's busy, it's fast paced and all that. And some days it's going to be blues, so slow, it's going to not be as the way you expect things to be, but be willing to even dance the dance. Be willing to know what I'm good. I'm a good enough mom. I'm a good enough person. But in reality, you cannot be 100% to everything or everybody. It's not possible. You're human. You're only one person. So that just knowing that, accepting that, and being able to communicate that. So the key thing I know that many of us we struggle with is we don't communicate. We assume that, oh, our spouses will understand or our kids will understand. No, tell them, bring them in and say, you know what, this is really how busy this is this week or next month, but this is what we can do. Make it a we business, not just your own business. Then the third thing I think I've also learned is, be a humble learner. No matter how much you know or how much you think you know, there's always something that you don't know. Yeah. So be willing to learn from anybody. And most importantly, be willing to learn from people that are different from you. I really highlight that, difference because we, the way, by nature, we are naturally attracted to those that look like us, behave like us. We went to the same school with us, with them, they are like us. So we are we stick with like us kind of people. But I'm telling you, we lose out on the benefits of creativity, better ideas, better way of thinking when we look at difference. I have had to, one time I had to apologize to a lady who I looked down on years back. Because again, it's not that bias. We are all biased. When we see, again, it goes back to that, seeing people or being around people that are different from us, we kind of shy away from them. We don't engage. Oh, I'm not sure if she will get it. I don't think there's anything she has to offer or he has to offer. No, you will be surprised what the idea they're going to come up with. So I have been, on that end where I was judgmental of somebody else because she didn't look like someone that could add to my business. But when she came to me and was telling me stuff. And initially I was like, oh, don't waste my time. But when she spoke, oh my God, I remember I told her I have a confession to make. Please, my sister, forgive me. I judged you wrongly. And I had to learn from that because we are like that. We judge people from the way we look at them. So, and I know what has added to my business. So let's be humble learners, be willing to learn from people that do not look like us. That is something that I want us to take away. Then the final thing there is self-care. Self-care. I used to be that type of workaholic. I still am. I still work a lot, I have to be honest. But I've learned to think, when can I stop, breathe, and reset? You need to stop. You need to breathe, then reset. Thank God for Corona. I know that Corona is, it is bad, but I see Corona has like a two-edged sword. It came with the bad, but I tell you, it also came with a message. It told the world that I can make you stop. I can make you stop and think and reflect. Some of those things that we value are no longer important. What is important now is what? We want to be alive. Everybody suddenly wants to be alive. So Corona helped us to stop, or rather forced us. Some of us who don't stop. We are forced to stop and think and reflect. And that's what I want to encourage us. No matter how much you work hard, it's only it's just one of you. If you don't pick a day to rest, your body will pick a day for you. And the day your body will pick may not be the day that you like. So you better pick a day and say, you know what, on Sunday, Jesus rested, or I'll rest. On the seventh day, rest as much as you can. Rest, eat right, exercise, especially as you get older. Eat right and exercise. Surround yourself with people that bring out the magic in you. We all have a magic. Some people will pull out madness out of you. Some will bring the magic. So stick with those that will bring the magic out of you. So that's, some of the lessons that I have learned. Then you asked me something again about, some advice I have for women. I think it goes back again to what I've shared, is about, now we live in a time of COVID-19. So the first thing first is focus on staying alive. Keep safe, keep healthy, take your vitamin C's, make sure you look after yourself, because you need to be alive to do your business. Without you, there is no business. So that's the first thing I will tell you. Then again, know yourself as an entrepreneur. Know yourself enough. Don't lie to yourself. Don't deceive yourself. Don't think I think I know I am where you're not. Know yourself enough. What motivates you? How, why are you starting that business? Ask yourself that. Why don't we do this business? Oh, is it because Esther is doing it? Is it because John is doing it? No. Make sure you have a valid why you are starting your own business. Make sure it speaks to you. Again, meaning and purpose. Because when that thing has meaning, you will commit to it, and that's what breaths the purpose. Because if you do something that has no meaning and you're committing to it, you're just, wasting away or wasting your time. So again, how far or how willing are you? What are you willing to give up to reach that goal? How willing are you ready? How ready are you to stretch? Because your business will stretch you. If I tell you that this Adaku you see today used to be a shy stutterer, wouldn't talk, hiding behind closed doors, you will not believe it. But if I didn't jump off the cliff, if I wasn't willing to be laughed at, some people, I remember years ago when I was on stage, I was speaking. This was still me. I was still very, nervous. But the one thing I told you, I do things afraid. Don't be looking at me that time. Oh no, I'm afraid. There's so much fear, and I just do it. So I jump cliff every day. I'm jumping. So, so I encourage you to jump along with me. So my point is that years ago, I remember on the stage, I was so nervous. I said, if I don't do this, I'll never break free from this. If I don't do this. And I remember somebody came down after I finished. A lady came to me and said, Dana, sorry. Why did you bother going there? Look at you couldn't even talk. I said, but if I don't try, I'll never leave this, this bondage will never leave me. If I didn't try. She was laughing at me. She said, why did you bother going up there and embarrassing yourself? Why? But I was willing to be laughed at. I was willing to people to make jest of me because I knew where I was going. Because I know that is part of the journey. That is part of the growth. So, make sure you have, you know yourself well enough, know how much you are willing to be laughed at, how much you are willing to be, for people to make jest of you. You have to, know how much again you are willing to stretch. Your business will stretch you. It will make you grow. You will have sense by force. You will know, you will mature in ways that you never even imagined. So again, in the course of your entrepreneurship journey, don't aspire just to make a living. Aspire to make a difference. It doesn't matter what you are selling. You can be selling tomatoes. I said, this tomato, the house is I know that as people are buying it, it's nourishing their body. It's making a difference in their home. As simple as that. Find meaning in basic things. Find meaning. Don't just say, oh, okay, I'm just doing it because it's about the money. No. Find meaning, because when you find meaning, that's where that commitment comes from. That's where you are able to commit, and you're able to, have this deep sense of purpose. It makes you more innovative, energetic, and inspired to do more. So find meaning in what you're doing. I think that's about that. I don't know if you have anything, because I could go on and talk.
I know. This is amazing, really amazing. You've given us so much to reflect on, and just see the comments coming right in. Mujeka says, overcome your fear and break out. Stella says, low minds ever encouraging.com people. Ella says, jump the cliff, break your waist, stand up and stretch it, or use Aboni. Be courageous. I love that. Use Aboni. And just says, thank God it's Friday. Roman says, don't aspire just to make a living, but to make a difference. Theodora says, aspire to make a difference in your business. Precious says, find meaning in what you're doing. Thank you so much, Adaku. You've really given us so much. I was just taking some notes just in case. If you're just joining us now, this is Friday Night Hangout, and we're having one of our power woman entrepreneurs, Adaku Ezeudo. She's sharing her business nuggets with us. She's also sharing her life or lessons from her entrepreneurial journey. And I just want us to pick out lessons. She has given a whole lot. She talked about having systems in place. I'm just recapping for those that are just joining us now. She said, have systems in place. Be willing to start small. Know what you're doing. And she also talked about effective communication is very key to communicate. And communication is a very, very important skill set as an entrepreneur. Then we also talked about, I want to call it striking harmony and not balance, because she said you win some and you learn some. Sometimes people even ask me, so how do you do all you do? How do you find a balance? And there is no balance. And Adaku has reinforced that there is no balance. Rather, it's a harmony. We find harmony, amongst everything that we do. And that's why it's good and very important that you learn how to communicate with your spouse, with your children, with your partners, with your siblings. Let everybody know. And quit playing that, we say power woman. When we say that you're a power woman, it doesn't it doesn't mean that you have to stand alone. You have to do it in isolation. No. What it means is that you're powerful enough to know that you're vulnerable. You're powerful enough to show people that you're vulnerable and that you need help, and you ask for that help. Quit trying to do it alone. And Adaku says, do it afraid. Jump off the cliff afraid. So whatever it is, you're not alone. If you follow this series, if you listen to Helen last week, she said almost all what Adaku is in a different way, but it's almost all the same thing. So you see that our experiences are unique, but we also have some universal experiences, some things that are common threads that are tying all our experiences together. So you're not alone, and don't feel alone. Be bold enough to ask for help when you need help. I remember what Adaku also said, self-care. Don't be a superwoman because we say you're a power woman. No, you don't want to turn yourself into a supersonic woman and you kill yourself in the process. You need to rest. My dear, you're tired. You need to take a break. You need to rest. You just need to find time to rest. Ella says, Sandra says, what you're doing. Yeah, Ella says, this is really helping me. I have this business in mind, but kind of shy and scared if I will sell. But one might keep telling me to give it a try. How can I overcome this fear? Um, so she says selling is discouraging, kind of, because people are selling everything. I think Adaku has answered some of it in her responses, where she said, find meaning in what you're doing. It's beyond selling. It's beyond selling. Now, whatever business you are doing, it goes beyond earning an income.
Yes.
You need to be committed to the transformation your customers, your clients will experience using your product or your services. And that is
Mm.
where the meaning comes into play. That is
Yes.
where
Yes.
innovation comes into play. So you see different people selling the same thing, but selling it in different ways. I can be a clothier making clothes, and more people come to me. Why? Maybe because of the way I approach them, I receive them, I take time in making their clothes, I give attention, I pay attention to details. That makes a lot of difference. So if you want to sell, like Adaku said, find out why. Why are you even going to that business in the first place? So these days, I see a lot of people where it's coming up again in all our conversations. People just want to make money quickly. And if you're an entrepreneur or you want to become an entrepreneur, please wait that mindset off. You can't make that money quickly. It's a journey.
It's a
It's a
journey.
journey. Journey. And so you need to be committed. You need to give. And Adako, you said something that really resonated with me, and that's the fact that we need to be willing to start small. We also need to be willing to learn the lessons. So you don't have to have this fancy website. Sometimes as women entrepreneurs, we want to start off. You invest so much money in hiring a shop, in making up the shop, and you don't ask yourself, so how much profit am I going to get out of this?
Exactly.
So you put so
How?
much money into the packaging. You put so much money. Listen, when you're starting out, like Adaku said, I did the same thing. Get pro bono services from people around you,
Yes.
friends,
Yes.
colleagues, family
Pro
that
bono all
have
the
the
way.
services that, yes, just get it out. And that's why for me, my team knows this. For those that give me those pro bono services, when I get to the point where my business can afford to pay, I don't go looking for new people. I would rather pay those people that have been giving me their services pro bono. And that's good
Yes.
faith.
Yes.
So you need to learn how to
Hmm.
do that.
Hmm.
You need to learn how to do that. So some of us, we make that mistake. People give you their services, people give you credit facility, and once you can afford to pay, you start looking for new persons. You
Yes.
bust
That's
their time.
terrible.
That's
Hmm.
very terrible. So there are lots of ethics in business. You need to learn it. As you grow, you learn. As you grow, you learn.
Yes.
But you said something, Adaku, that I really love, and that is be humble in learning. So we need
Hmm.
to know that learning happens in continuum. You don't get
Hmm.
to a space where you say, I know it all, I've seen it all.
At
Wow.
all.
No, my language, that means no. So you need to be open to learning. Learning happens in continuum. So you need to be open to
Absolutely.
learn. Helen is here. Helen says, hello, my and she says, oh, packaging can kill. Oh, my sister, packaging can kill. Eh?
Yeah.
Robert, thanks Ada for all this impartation. A cool
Thank
and
you.
resourceful way after a busy week, learning and unlearning and relearning.
Hmm.
Ella says, much value added, thanks, boss. Roma says, it pays to start small. Olivia says, be willing to start small. Ella says, Chai, Mommy Joy, you are in spirit. I'm about to ask something about this shop too. Oh my goodness. Yes. It's a mindset thing. Everybody will just say, I wish I can
On the
get
open
a
shop.
shop. Helen is beyond the shop. Is this what in Helen's word she says is exhibitionist business? And you, Adaku, you also said the same to me, reinforcing it in a different way. All these fanciful things. Let's leave all
Fancy.
these fluffy things. Just go to the
Hmm.
concrete business. When you're an entrepreneur, it's a journey. It's a whole lot of
A
work.
journey.
It's so much you have to do. I want us here now and then take our winners for today. So I want to see the first 10 winners. So I want you to do TGIF. Thank God it's Friday and your number. Let's get the first 10 winners. Who is ready? Yay. TGIF and then your number. TGIF and your number. We'll take the first 10 winners. Ella says, Mommy Helen, good evening, ma. Shan George says, well done, ma'am. Helen says, follow is killing us. I tell you, it's really killing us. You need to just strike your own path. Go through. The numbers are all coming in. Yes. Good. Keep the numbers coming in. Ugo Nachi says, I'm at transformation when people use your product. Exactly. Good. The numbers are all coming in. My team members will pick out the first 10 winners. And you're going to get 500 naira worth of data. My team will make sure you get it tonight. First thing tomorrow morning, you'll get your data. And please do let us know. So thank you. So while the numbers are coming in, we come back again to our darling sister Adaku. You'll be giving us important information. She's giving us so much. Now, in terms of this packaging business, this shop, everyone wants to get a shop. Everyone wants to get fancy things. Just give us one or two advice on that.
Yes, absolutely. I think, we need to be forward thinking. Where is the world going? What has COVID-19 taught you? If after this and we still have the same mindset and we're still saying shop, then that's quite, disappointing. You haven't learned anything, because COVID-19 should help us to think of another way of doing things. For example, I deliver my trainings and workshops online now. I was meant to be in Nigeria, I think in March, prior to COVID, and I was going to deliver a program, and I had to fly down to deliver a workshop that I could have easily have done over Zoom or Microsoft Teams. But because of the mindset, that same follow, everybody's following the trend. We all doing the same thing. Nobody's thinking. So COVID-19 helps us to, again, slow down, think, and reflect. So those of you that are thinking about shops and opening shops, really, first of all, what are you even selling? How? Because the future is digital. How can you be thinking more of, of that kind of space? So I don't know what you are selling. I'm not saying that everything has to be online, because some things we still need a physical space. But I want you to begin to think the next level. And that next level is the future. What's the future? Digital. So depending on what you are selling, figure out, is there any other way? How else can my customers or my clients, access this? Who else is selling it? What are they doing? How can we collaborate? What we don't do a lot is collaboration. People we love competing. Hey, selling this, I'll sell more. There is so much benefit in collaboration. You tie the expenses, the cost of production, the cost of setup is half because you have somebody else to share those expenses with. So think collaboration. Think, is there any other way I can reach my clients instead of them coming to me? COVID-19 has changed the way the world is moving, and I think you should embark on that. So that's what I think.
Thank you so much. That's some very candid and concrete advice out there. And we're coming back to our giveaways. Now, we remember that one of our sponsors, we have Phoenix Rising. We also have Auntie Helen's Granite Oil. And so for this week, for those in Lagos, if you're in Lagos, we have 3-liter bottles of Auntie Helen's Granite Oil for giveaway. So if you're in Lagos, we're going to take the first 2 persons. So I just want you to say Lagos. The first 2 persons with Lagos, you get yourself a free 3 liters of Auntie Helen's Granite Oil. So let's see. The first 2 persons.
I'm typing my own too. Lagos. Can you send to Ireland?
Yes, you're free to do that. You get 3 liters of Good, beautiful. We have the first winner. Congratulations. We have the second winner already. Shola Odeja, congratulations. Oh, great. So thank you so much, Auntie Helen's Granite Oil, for sponsoring this edition. Thank you to all our sponsors. This is amazing. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Munchiteka is asking, please, this oil come to Enugu. Don't worry. We'll make sure that Auntie Helen's Granite Oil comes to Enugu very soon. So thank you for the first two winners. Now we have a question to ask. And the question is this. The winner gets a cash prize of 1,000 naira. The winner gets a cash prize of 1,000 naira. Who was our first power woman entrepreneur on the Friday night hangout for the month of August? I state the question again. Who was our first power woman entrepreneur on the Friday night hangout in the month of August? Who did we host first? For this week, we have our amazing Adaku Ezeudo. But who was the first power woman entrepreneur that we hosted in the month of August? So let's see. Let's see. No, it's not Messi Abu. No, it's not Messi Abu. For the month of August, who was our first power woman entrepreneur for the month of August? The first power woman entrepreneur that we hosted in the month of August. House of Kemi. Yes. Amazing. House of Kemi. And the 1,000 naira goes to Success Chinelo Marcos. Congratulations. You've won yourself the first prize of 1,000, the cash prize of 1,000 naira. Yay. Now, I also have another question. Okay, no, this is not a question actually. This is a cash prize of 1,000 naira to 4 persons. Now, these 4 persons commented on my weekly blog. So for my blog post for this week, I have Obiajulu Princess. You've won yourself a cash prize of 1,000 naira for commenting on my blog post for this week. Stella Anyanwu, you've also won yourself a cash prize of 1,000 naira for commenting on my blog post for this week. Amarachi Perpetual, you've won yourself a cash prize of 1,000 naira for commenting on my blog post for this week. And George Yemisi, you've won yourself a cash prize of 1,000 naira for commenting on my blog post for this week. So please do, a member of my team will be in touch. Let's have the number that they can send a message to so that they can get their cash prize of 1,000 naira. So I always put out my blog post every Monday. And so if you want to win a cash prize of 1,000 naira, you have to read the blog post, then you give us your comment, an interesting, insightful comment, and then you stand the chance of winning a cash prize of 1,000 naira on our Friday night hangout. Who is excited? I am excited.
I am.
Don't also, we also have ongoing currently. We're still taking applications for the startup pitch. And so the month of August, okay, yes, Sarah says, if I called out your name that you want a cash prize of 1,000 naira, please send your message to 080-6698-3556. I take the number again, 080-6698-3556. Please send your details to that number 08066983556 is right on the chat box. Please do that now. So please set your application. We're going to select 6 finalists. Yes, you heard me right. 6 finalists. Is gender friendly, male, female, 6 finalists. You have a business idea, you have a business already and is in the early stage. Please do feel free to send in your proposal. And if our seasoned team of entrepreneurs goes through we've received a lot of proposals or applications already, but keep sending it in. We're going to select 6 finalists, and these 6 finalists will be invited to come and pitch on this Friday night hangout on the 4th of September. So you are going to choose the winner. We're going to choose 3 winners. So we're going to have 3 winners that would win cash prize of 51,000 naira each. Who is excited? Yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited. So you're going to
It's
have
so
the opportunity
good.
of featuring on Friday night hangout. So please set up your applications to support@joyonyeso.com. Support@joyonyeso.com, or you go to the website www.joyonyeso.com/startup pitch. You will get all the information you need there. And also, while we're at it, the Power Woman Challenge is also on. Yay, 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 yay. So you also, if you want to participate in the Power Woman Challenge, you need to follow us, and then you also need to go and go to the website and follow the instructions on the Power Woman Challenge, and then you stand the chance of winning fantastic prizes. You stand a chance of winning fantastic prizes while you're having fun. So we're also going to take the first winner, second winner, and then the third winner. So it's all lots of fun this month of August while we are also learning. So please, please, please take advantage of this offer, and let's keep having fun while we are learning, relearning, unlearning, and we're
Learning.
just having so much fun.
Oh,
Yes,
goodness.
yes, yes.
That's
I'm
so
so,
good.
so excited. Who is excited? Good. So now we're all, before we wrap up, we're going to take our final call out again for free data. We're going to take 10 winners. So let's go again. So we have Thank God It's Friday, TGIF, and your number. So the first set of 10 winners will be contacted. So let's have them again. Thank God It's Friday, TGIF, and then your number. TGIF and your number. So while we're waiting for the numbers to come in, Adaku, Ezeudo, I want to say very big thank you. Today has been so
You
exciting.
too.
It has been, I'm very sure that anyone here, has been on the edge, has been at crossroad, confused. You've provided a lot of clarity. So thank you for doing that. And
Thank you. Thank you.
just in case anyone was,
Okay, sorry, I missed you there. I think there was, I didn't hear what you said, but did you say contact me?
if anyone wants, yes, how can they contact you?
Absolutely. I am available on LinkedIn. I think that will be the quickest. So my name, Adaku Ezeudo. Just send me a request, or add me or connect with me on LinkedIn. That's the fastest, easiest way to connect with me.
Amazing, beautiful. So Adaku says if you need to reach her, it's right on the screen. Go to LinkedIn, type in Adaku Ezeudo, send her a request. She'll add you in, and then you can, ask her questions. If you want to take advantage of her coaching expertise, or you just want your business to be coached by her, whatever it is, services she can offer to you, please, I encourage you to take advantage of her expertise and draw from the wealth of experience of Phoenix Rise. Is amazing, and you're going to get a lot of value, I tell you. Some of the mistakes we make is that we don't usually want to pay to get value. We want everything free. While it is good when you get, so there are certain things you can get for free, but there are certain level of expertise you really need to pay to get. So when you are starting up your business, please be willing to budget for that expenses. If you have not downloaded my free guide, the 10 steps to starting your business, please do go to my website and download it. It's free of charge. It gives you 5 simple steps or basic steps you need to take to start up your business. And one of those steps is, we talked about having a mentor, a coach. It's very, very important. These days people think it's just like in vogue. It's much more than that.
Absolutely.
The reason is because, yeah, there's a certain level of expertise. Now she has given you a lot of information free of, she didn't ask for anything. We're all here giving out this free resource. But then when you want to dig so much deeper, and if you want to rise to a certain level, then you need to be willing to stretch. Remember, she talked about stretching. Stretching comes in different forms. You need to stretch to get new knowledge. You need to stretch to gain experience. You need to stretch to learn how to do what you're doing. So the stretching comes in different forms. So you need to be willing to pay the price, both in terms of time, in terms of finance, in terms of so many things. So, we talk about putting your money where your mouth is. So not just talk, talk, talk. Also be willing to pay so much money to get value. As a person, I invest so much money in my personal development. So every year, I map out funds for my personal development, and they don't come cheap. They don't come cheap at all. But for me, it's a must do, because learning. Remember, we talked about learning happens in a continuum. So you get to a point, you've exhausted the resources you have within that point. You need to go higher. And we're talking about not just living, but thriving. If you have to thrive, you need to stretch. So we all need to stretch at different levels. And the gift we give to you is a gift of our own journey, of our own experiences. And that's why you see we share the failures we've had, which becomes their own building blocks to success. And they should also be your own building blocks to your own success story. So, what I want you to go away with today is you're enough just as you are. Don't be ashamed to start small. Don't be ashamed to learn from your mistakes. And in Adaku's what she said, you win some, you learn some. So be willing to win some and to learn some. So what people will say, you lose some or it's a failure, Adaku says is learning. It's a learning process. It's a transformative journey. And so I'm so excited on our conversations this Friday. It's been empowering. It's been insightful. Adaku, what would be your last words to our viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I believe so much in purpose and doing things, and that has meaning, has purpose, because it drives you, it energizes you, it inspires you through thick and thin. So inject an hour or two a day on things that on purposeful activities. It goes a long way towards bringing that happiness and success to you. And don't be a slave to success. Define what success means to you. Success could be your health. It could be having a good family. It could be having wealth. It could be, whatever achievement that is. Make sure that you define it for yourself and don't be pushed. Don't do follow. Define what does it mean to you. You are your unique person. You're your unique, God-given talent, and try to stay in that uniqueness. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. And on the final note, today is the World Entrepreneurs Day. Yes. Today is World Entrepreneurs Day. So celebrate yourself. Celebrate all the entrepreneurs around you. Congratulations. I celebrate you. I love you for being an entrepreneur. And if you're a budding entrepreneur, welcome to the club. It's a transformative journey. It's an insightful journey. So thank you so much. We love you. We celebrate you. Thank you for always taking time out to join us. And so before we go, let's enjoy this music together. Night Hangout. All right. Night Hangout. Hey. I love that. Hey. All right. Give us higher volume. Let's celebrate. Yes. Woo! Hey. All right. Hey. All right. so much. I love you. I celebrate you. I look forward to seeing you this week, Friday. Until we see next Friday, keep being
Love
you.
you
Keep
all.
loving you all. Bye.
Bye.